Hey guys, my name's Tannery. For anyone new to the channel, for anyone who's been here before, it's been a long time, obviously, since I last made a YouTube video. Life happens, things happen, but I'm sorry for not making a video for so long, but I'm back. It's been a couple of years now. Still have the same passion for football, and I just want to share my passions with the world. So I hope you enjoy my first video back. Thank you. So the new name of my YouTube channel, as you see, is Ball Talk. So here I'll just be doing casual talks about football, whether it be previews, reviews, transfer talk, all sorts of things. So today, my first video back is going to be talking about Arsenal, Chelsea, and Man United. We're going to be reviewing their previous seasons, last season, and looking forward to seeing the work they've done in the transfer window and looking forward to what I think they can do in the next season. So we're going to start with Chelsea. Chelsea last season just got into the top four ahead of Leicester, which was a good, in my opinion, a good first season for Frank Lampard, considering the circumstances he inherited the club under. Last year, the Chelsea had the transfer ban, and Eden Hazard left as well, and they weren't able to make any signings. So last year, Chelsea were kind of forced to, look into their youth academy. They're very esteemed youth academy because Chelsea have a good youth academy. So like they win all the youth tournaments, whether the youth Champions League, the youth Premier League, and I've said for a long time that Chelsea need to bring in their youth products because their youth products are actually really, really talented most of the time. And they brought them in, Fikayo Tomori, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, who played with Frank Lampard the previous season at Derby. And these players are talented, and the fact that it took a transfer ban for them to finally start playing is a bit disappointing in my opinion, but they actually played. And they've proved themselves, especially the likes of Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount. They had good first seasons. Tammy Abraham scored 15 goals. He's a perennial goal scorer in the lower leagues, and he proved it in the Premier League. And that was probably the biggest positive of Chelsea's season. The fact that not only did they make the Champions League, they were able to bring in these good young players that really proved that Chelsea's academy is doing the right things. And even, you have Callum Hudson-Odoi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. You also have Reece James as well, who I think could be England's starting choice right back in a couple of years' time. Really talented player. And also as well, Billy Gilmore, who's currently injured, but he's a very talented player. He bossed Liverpool in the fifth round of the FA Cup back in March before the lockdown. And Chelsea have a lot going for them. Now, to add to all this young talent, Chelsea's ban ended this summer and they've come with a vengeance. They're vexed that they weren't able to buy players last year. They bought Hakim Ziyech from Ajax, Timo Werner, Ben Chilwell, Malang Sarr, Thiago Silva on the free. They have Kai Havertz on the way. And, these are some really good signings. I mean, it's, you don't think, like, with that many signings, not all of them will work, but I say, good few of them will work. Like Hakim Ziyech, very, very talented player, has a beautiful left foot, and I think that'll be a good addition to the squad. But for me, the main thing that I'm concerned about with Chelsea is how's the signing of Timo Werner gonna impact Tammy Abraham's development? With the competition, I think the competition will be good for Tammy Abraham because at times last year he seemed to suffer from knowing that he was the number one striker and he didn't really seem to play with that passion. But I think Timo Werner, a top striker, very, very top quality striker, the starting striker for Germany. I think that will provide good competition for Tammy Abraham. Thiago Silva, I think that was a very, very important buy for Chelsea because the one negative of their season last year was that their defense was horrible, like horrible. And they got there into the Champions League at the end, but they nearly blew it. They were a bit shaky at times. So Thiago Silva, buying Thiago Silva, I think that was really important for their defense. He's an experienced serial winner that could, that could just settle that defense kind of the way Van Dijk did for Liverpool, So In my opinion, I think Chelsea have bought very well this transfer window, and I think they will do very well in the next season. I think they should be aiming for top three, top four, at least top three. I think Roman Abramovich will be very disappointed if they don't get top three, top four. So, moving on to Manchester United. Manchester United had a brilliant second half of the season, with the most important person being Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes was an absolutely amazing buy for Manchester United. And I think that that's probably the buy of the season, because the way he just rejuvenated the whole United squad that was stumbling in the winter. United squad was stumbling. Rashford was really carrying a whole lot of the load, and Rashford had just got injured, and we didn't know what was going to happen to United. But Bruno Fernandes came, took the team by the scruff of the neck, and has formed a very good partnership with Paul Pogba, who was also coming back to form at the end of the season. So that was a very good season for Ole and for Man United, finishing third, getting back into the Champions League. But a concern for United during this transfer window will be that they've made no signings whatsoever, and there's no talk of any signings either. There was lots of talk about Jadon Sancho earlier in the transfer window, but that seems like that's not gonna come to pass. And there's not too much going on with Man United right now. I'm sure a lot of their fans will be concerned. United have a good team. Where I think United personally, with the right one or two signings, they can challenge for the Premier League next season. But they need to make those one or two signings. I feel they still need to strengthen, and they need to buy one centre back. They need to buy a consistent centre back to be with Harry Maguire. That could really finish up their defense. And then in the midfield, I think they need some more depth in the midfield and some more depth in the wide attacking areas as well. So, but United are looking good for the most part, but they still need to strengthen. So I think United fans will be a little concerned that with this transfer window, no substantial rumors or anything concerning the players. But United, I'm sure they'll get their work done before the Premier League starts in a couple of weeks or so. So I feel that United should be aiming for the same height as Chelsea. Should be aiming to get into that top three. I mean, top four should be a bare minimum, but they should be aiming to get into that top three. So I think as well, an important part of next season for Man United will be the competition between David De Gea and Dean Henderson. Because David De Gea and Dean Henderson, David De Gea had a sticky season last year. Didn't have the best season last year. But David De Gea is still, on his day, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I'll never forget a couple of years back when he played against Arsenal, and he made like 13 saves or something, including this one from Sanchez. I couldn't believe it. As an Arsenal fan, I was watching the game. I thought we equalized, and we lost that game. We had 31 shots and we lost that game because of David De Gea. But then last season, Dean Henderson really proved himself at Sheffield United on loan, and he has fair shouts to be England's number one goalkeeper. I think that will be a very interesting battle. And if David De Gea doesn't, get his act back together, then I could very well see Dean Henderson taking over the number one role next season. So yeah, I'm expecting big things from United next year, especially from Mason Greenwood. I was very impressed with Mason Greenwood last season. Such a top player. He's such a natural finisher, both his left foot and his right foot. It's so easy for him. It comes too easy, too easy. Like, I actually don't like how easy the game comes to him. He's only 18 years old, only a couple of years older than me. And see the way he was just ripping up the Premier League. 10 goals in the Premier League last season. That's amazing. And with Rashford and Martial both banging 17 goals as well, that's a very good front three for United. That could, possibly be for the next 5, 6, 7 years. So things are looking up for United, but they just need to get those couple of signings coming in. So, finally, Arsenal. Now, last season was a very, very underwhelming season for Arsenal and us Arsenal fans. We had to go to 3 managers. It was a very turbulent time. But I think we're on the up, Mikel Arteta has done a lot of things right since he came. Of course, it was a bit disappointing going out to Olympiacos. But for the most part, he's done good things. He won an FA Cup, won the Community Shield yesterday. And, he's improving players that we thought would never play for Arsenal again. Granit Xhaka, Mustafi. Players are looking good. Even yesterday, Mohamed El Neni. Like, Mohamed El Neni, I never thought Mohamed El Neni would play for Arsenal again. I have to be dead honest with you. And he played for Arsenal yesterday, and he played well, you know. And it's proven that he wasn't just Pep Guardiola's cornerman, you know. Like, he's a genuinely good manager. And I feel like with the right signings, you know, there's rumors over Gabriel from Lille. They've already gotten Willian. There's rumors of Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid and Hassim Aouar. I think that, you know, with the right signings, Arsenal could spring a couple surprises next year. Now, I don't think top three is top three. We could make top three with the right signings, but next season, Arsenal's main aim should be to get into the Champions League by any means possible, whether that's getting in through the Europa League or getting in through, finishing in the top four. That should be the main thing for Arsenal. Anything above that is a bonus. But I think with the way Arteta is going right now, the way Arteta's improving the team, the Arsenal could spring a couple of surprises next year. As for the players, the one to watch out for me is Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka is probably Arsenal's best youngster, maybe next to Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Bukayo Saka is, he's got so much control. His decision making for an 18-year-old is actually extraordinary. You even see him yesterday playing that beautiful pass to Aubameyang, who scored. Bukayo Saka, 13 assists last year in all competitions. That's third in the league behind Trent and Kevin De Bruyne. So he's one to watch over the next couple of years, and I'm sure he'll make his England bow soon. And Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well, who is very, very good. Football just comes too easy for him. Like, it comes way too easy. You have to watch him to understand. Like, it's like he's not even trying. He's far too good at football. He could be a really good player coming up in the next few years. And he recently just got his first England cap. So, Arsenal, Chelsea, United, these are the teams that most people support. And they're all looking positive for next season. So, it could go different ways for the three teams, but I expect them both to be all the three of them to be in the top 5 next year. So, I hope you enjoyed my first video. Thank you for watching, and see you next time. Bye.